Today, the economic stimulus bill was signed into law in hopes it will create new jobs. Yet, as we showed you in last night's CBS4 I-Team investigation, many available jobs here in South Florida are not going to the people who need them most, unemployed Americans. Instead, those good jobs are going to foreign workers. Tonight, we dig deeper into why this is happening. It's because of a little-known government visa program called H-2B. Here's CBS4 I-Team investigator Jim DeFede.
Our elected officials took an oath to protect our jobs, and they're not doing that.
Bob Orr is an unemployed sheet metal worker. There are more than 1,000 unemployed sheet metal workers in South Florida, and he joined many of his union brothers at a recent CBS4 town hall meeting. They're angry over the H-2B visa program, which they say favors companies at the expense of American workers.
The H-2B visa program is ludicrous at this point in time in our economy. We have people out of work that need to work to survive and feed their families and give them health care.
One project these sheet metal workers had hoped to work on was the new St. Regis Resort in Bal Harbour. The company hired to install the heating and air conditioning ducts, CYVSA International, brought in workers from Mexico.
Shame on CYVSA!
Tuesday, dozens of the unemployed workers protested outside the site.
This is not a non-union issue. This is an American worker issue. And it's outrageous that the U.S. government in the state of Florida has allowed those visas to be issued and those people will be allowed to come here when so many of our people are out of work.
Here's how it happened. On September 30th of last year, CYVSA applied to a state agency for the right to use foreign labor under the H-2B program. The next day, October 1, at 9:05 a.m., the state agency, following federal rules, opened a 10-day recruitment period to find U.S. workers. During those 10 days, CYVSA was required to contact the local union and place ads in the Miami Herald. 6 days into that 10-day period, on October 6th, the company placed the ad. 7 days into the window, the company contacted the union. In both instances, the company never said there was a deadline to apply. Working quickly, the union mailed resumes by certified mail marked October 10th, but they weren't quick enough. The state had officially closed the recruitment period at 9:16 a.m. on the 10th, literally 16 minutes into that 10th day. So the Department of Labor certified CYVSA's request, and foreign workers were allowed to come in. And what happened to the resumes of the American workers? The union called up the state to find out.
And she said, we throw them out. And that's when I jumped out of my seat. I said, what are you talking about? You throw them out. Yes, sir, because it's after the job order closed.
I've been representing working people and their families for over 30 years, and I've never seen anything as outrageous as this treatment by an agency of the government.
Howard Suskind is a labor attorney representing the union.
The law is very clear in what it's designed to do, and that is to protect the jobs of American workers. Here it's being abused by the process.
The state refused to go on camera to answer questions about CYVSA's application. They did provide the I-Team with a written statement saying, quote, "We take very seriously our responsibility of helping Floridians get back to work and or into better paying positions so they can provide for themselves and their families." When asked about closing the window on the 10th day, they said, quote, "There is no reference in the federal rules as to what time of the day the job order should be closed." And as for the resumes of the American workers, they denied throwing them away.
I cannot believe it. Can you actually believe that in the state of Florida, with the difficult situation that we are in, for them to say that there are no sheet metal workers here in the United States of America and that we have to bring them from another country, that just doesn't even pass the laugh test.
Congresswoman Ileana Ross-Layton has been trying to get answers on this for weeks. The St. Regis project is being built in her district.
You have a right to hire whoever you want, but let's be clear about it. Are you doing this to go around employment laws of the United States, around safety laws of the state of Florida, around labor laws that are in effect? So I'm worried about it. I've asked a lot of questions. I'm hoping to get some answers.
Have you gotten any answers so far?
I've gotten no answers.
Americans for American jobs.
And for these unemployed sheet metal workers,
it's 30 visas that's forcing me out of the state of Florida and having to travel all the way to Phoenix in order to make a living to provide for my family.
If it doesn't stop here, when is it going to stop? What's next? That's what we should be asking ourselves. We still don't know for sure how many foreign workers CYVSA brought in. The company refused to go on camera and would only say they did hire some Americans and that the foreign workers they brought in came in under a different visa. They wouldn't tell us what kind. When we asked the Department of Labor, they said check with the State Department. The State Department sent us to Homeland Security, and Homeland Security, well, they said they weren't sure. I'm Jim DeFede, CBS 4 News.